thought I'd do part 2 to this oath thing because I wanted you to see how many people the Queen is in control of. This one is... Oh, I've got Nigel here. Hi, Nigel.
Hi.
Okay, that's Nigel. He's waiting there in the wing. This is New Zealand's allegiance. It says, I name the name of the person, swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to the law, so help me God. That is New Zealand, right? So we've done New Zealand. We're over at Australia to look at Australian one. It says, I, the name, do swear that I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to the law, so help me God. Yeah, actually, Nigel has lived in Australia, haven't you, Nigel?
Yeah, I lived there for 15 years.
Yeah. But, so the Queen, right, she has control over Canada. She has control over England and Northern Ireland. She has control over Australia and New Zealand. And she actually seems to have quite a lot of control over America, because in the middle of where their oath thing is, Boris was on there, and it also talked about we've gone to a severe level and why would we be all over their oath thing? That's because we obviously still run America. We never broke away from America. And actually maybe that's what the Civil War was about, was trying to get up, it was the people against them. It was the other way round. It was nothing to do with with the Southerners and the Northerners and everything. But what it is we've got a little bit of footage that we're going to put in right now, and then Nigel will talk. Anyway, let's go to the bit of footage.
As Prime Minister of Australia.
I, Scott John Morrison, do swear that I will well and truly serve the people of Australia in the office of Prime Minister, and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Queen of Australia. Faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Queen of Australia, so help me God.
We've just played that bit, the MaJESTy, whatever he's saying.
MaJESTy, which basically just shows exactly what you've been talking about, that the Queen is the manager. He actually said that he swears allegiance to Her MaJESTy. Not Her Majesty, Her MaJESTy.
Nigel, not only has she managed this in Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Northern Ireland, the UK and America, she's also head of the Commonwealth, and most of those countries look like they were Tartarian. The only one that's missing is Russia and China out of that lot, really. So what do you make of that then? She's head of the whole world. She runs the world. I thought she had I thought we were told, and everybody, even Amy, when she grew up, oh no, the Queen takes a backward role in everything. No, she doesn't. They all swear allegiance to her.
Well, we've all been brought up to think that the Queen is just a figurehead. Oh, she's just there for tourists, and she's just a tourist attraction, and so on and so forth. But again, this whole world is upside down. Everything is the opposite. So,
she runs the world. She's the reason that we're in this mess. It's because of her and Charles.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to finish in a moment.
Think.
We're going to finish in a moment, but your last thoughts on it?
Well, look at the word MaJESTy. It's got jest right in the middle of it. To jest means to joke. And the whole thing is a joke. You know, you can go back to the old courts, the King's Court, the Queen's Court, and they used to have a jester, a clown, you know, a jester who joked, who amused people. He was a jester, and to jest means to joke, and jest is right in the middle of your MaJESTy. To me, it just sums the whole thing up. It's just a complete and utter joke, and it's just another deception, another lie. something else that we've been fooled into believing is true. But the Queen, yeah, she's got a lot of power, or she had a lot of power. I mean, nobody knows where she's gone right now.
Yeah, she's bunked off and left Charles to do her dirty work, and he's talking about all sorts of things he's got no right to talk over, but he is.
Well, yeah, and then you've got that clip that I sent you earlier from Prince William talking about, you know, oh, I've got no socks, no shoes, no trousers. You know, the Emperor's got no clothes. It's finished. It's over, as far as I'm concerned, or at least as far as my research has shown me. It's over. The whole monarchy is just gone.
Version. He basically says it's all about when they were banging outside and clapping the pans and everything, and then he says, "Come on, you've got a minute to go." And then he goes, "Well, I haven't got my trousers on, and I haven't got my shoes on, and I haven't got my whatever it was else he needed to put on." Socks. And you said, "Oh, that's because he's, you know, everybody now sees that he's got no power."
Yeah. It really is a classic case of the Emperor has no clothes. I mean, we all know that story. The Emperor's
you know
no
that's
clothes.
not true though, don't you? Because that day, it got everybody clapping their pants, so he did have the power. Everybody, from that day on, everybody started going in the streets. You didn't have it in China. You're sitting in here for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, every whatever day it was. I can't remember now. They're out there banging away, banging, yay, and everything. That's the power he did have.
Well, that's just mind control. That's all it is. Just nothing but mind control. You know, I mean, nobody here in China, the mainstream media has not said anything about compulsory mask wearing, but the owners, managers of various supermarkets have basically implemented you got to wear a mask.
This one, we're doing the oaths. We're doing their power.
Yeah. And I went to the supermarket today, and when I walked in, you got the mask police there, telling people to wear a mask. Have you got a mask? He asked me in Chinese, and I pulled it out of my pocket, and I said, yeah. I showed it him, and he went, okay, and then I put it back in my pocket, and I walked in without a mask, and I was the only person in the supermarket who was not wearing a mask. Did I feel uncomfortable? No. I just looked at these people thinking, you're idiots. You're absolutely brain dead, mind-controlled idiots.
Okay, thank you so much for that. We're going to finish this bit of video now. Thank you, Nigel.
You're welcome.
Nigel just thinks that they're taking the mickey out of us and pointed this out to me, and I hope everybody can see this. This is old Seychelles paper money value. But what it is here's a 50 rupees note with the Queen, the sailing ship, and some palm trees. And look what it says, S-E-X, on its side going down. S-E, sex. Why would that be on
once you see it, once you see it, you can't unsee it. You know, they're just taking the mickey out of everybody. The whole system, this whole beast system, is just taking the piss out of everybody. And the thing is, so many people are taking it so seriously, and they believe it all to be true, and you know, and it's not. It's all nonsense. It's a whole. To these people, the rulers, I don't want to call them the elite, because they're not elite. They're scum. We are the elite in comparison, but they're just ripping the piss. They're taking the piss out of everybody.
Okay.
And so many people are taking this whole thing so seriously. They believe it all to be true, and it's not. This whole realm is a joke. Everything is fake. Everything is a deception. You know? You've done videos on it. I've done videos on it. We've both done videos on it. The whole thing is just a complete joke.
Can't believe that. There you go. There it is. Anyway, thank you, Nigel.
You're welcome.
So, we're back again because we decided to look up some more. We're looking up to see how many other countries. And although I haven't actually got the words that he said, this is his oath. This is the Falkland Islands governor. And then down here, he actually says, whilst absolutely thrilled. I'm profoundly humbled to have taken the oath of office to become the 36th governor of these historic islands, to be Her Majesty's personal representative, entrusted to ensure that the constitution of these islands is upheld to the supreme duty. And if you want to read any more, read the rest of it. But that's another country then, Nigel. Dog's barking downstairs, if everybody can hear. Floss is barking. But anyway, so she's got legality over the Falkland Islands.
Yep.
Okay, so that's another one. So, somewhere along the way, the UK, these are British overseas territories. Here we go. I'll read a few and Nigel can read the rest. We've got Anguilla, whatever that's how you say it. It's Caribbean. Bermuda, British Antarctic Territory. British Indian Ocean Territory. British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, Falkland Islands, Gibraltar, Montserrat, Pitcairn, I've never heard of that one before, that's the ENO Islands, St Helena, yeah, because these are to do with the Commonwealth as well, the Ascension Island, Tristan do whatever that is, Cunha, South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands, sovereign based areas. Oh, actually, it's a little map to show you where that one is. Areas of whatever that is, and I can't say it. Tequila. The Turks and Chaos Islands. Oh, here's a map here. There you go. Oh, it's really weird where we've got sovereignty over these places, where they are. Wow. So, what was your thoughts on that then, Nigel? Nigel was having kittens then.
Well, I'm gonna read off a list of the former colonies of the British Empire.
But it's not now though, is it?
Followed by the year of independence. Right, so these countries essentially broke away from the British Empire, but they used to belong to the British Empire. The first one is Afghanistan. It broke away in 1919. This is according to mainstream history. Antigua and Barbuda, whatever Barbuda is, they're no date, so they're obviously still part of the British Empire.
One second, Nigel. One second, Nigel. Made the map a little bit bigger so they can see it. So carry on, Nigel.
Okay, so according to this, Australia took its independence in 1986. The Bahamas, 1973, Bahrain, 1971, Barbados, 1966, Belize, 1981, Botswana, 1966, Brunei, 1984, Canada, 1982, Cyprus, 1960, Dominica, 1978, Egypt, used to belong to the British Empire, took its independence in 1922, Fiji, 1970, the Gambia, 1965, Ghana, 1957, Grenada, 1974, India, 1947, Iraq. My God, Iraq used to belong to the British Empire, took its independence in 1932. Jamaica, 1962. Jordan, 1946. Kenya, 1963. Kiribati or Kiribati, 1979. That's an island. Kuwait, 1961. Malawi, 1964. Malaysia, 1957. The Maldives, 1965. Malta, 1964.
These are all Tartaria countries, and most of these are going to be in the Commonwealth, aren't they?
Yes. Mauritius, I've been there, 1968. Myanmar, Burma, no date. New Zealand, 1986, same year as Australia. Nigeria, 1960. Pakistan, 1947. Qatar, 71. St. Lucia, 71. St. Kitts, whatever that is, 1983. Seychelles, 76. Sierra Leone, 61. South Africa, 61. Sri Lanka, 48. Sudan, 56. Swaziland, 68. Tanzania, 61. Tonga, 70. I'm sorry if I'm boring you, but this list is almost endless. Uganda, 62, and the United Arab Emirates, 1971. It also says that the United States, 1776, prior to the American Revolution, the 13 colonies were governed separately. These were New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Don't forget,
Georgia.
we've got Jersey and Guernsey. The Isle of Wight has its own parliament, but that's there, was under the Crown of the Isle of Wight. I can just see it at the bottom. Yeah. Jersey, Guernsey, and the Isle of Wight. Jersey and Guernsey are between England and France, so they're down here. And the Isle of Man's between England and Ireland. So there you go. And this is the power. So she doesn't have power over those countries.
Crazy.
She doesn't have power over those countries anymore, but they used to belong. These are all the Tartarian. I'm telling you, it happened in the War of the Roses. Something happened then when we got an illegal King, Edward V, Henry VII, Henry VIII, Elizabeth I. It happened then at the end of the 14th century, and that's if we really believe that's right as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. The last four are Vanuatu, 1980, Yemen, 67, Zambia, 64, and Zimbabwe, 1980. So these are all countries or territories that were owned by Britain until they got their own independence. Now it goes on to say current British territories overseas. Now this is going to blow your mind. Anguilla, whatever that is, Bermuda. What about this? Have you ever heard of the British Antarctic Territory?
No, it's on this map here. It's islands. There's some islands at the bottom of South. There's the Falkland Islands, which is off of South America. Then you've got the South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands, and then there's another island, and there's a little sort of line which goes from that island to Antarctica, and it says the British Antarctic Territory. But I've never heard of that before as a place, as a place.
No, I haven't. But I think the interesting thing, or the interesting takeaway from this, I mean, I don't know what Anguilla is, but I assume it's an island.
Oh yeah, it's with the British Virgin Nigel. It's with the British Virgin Islands. It's with Bermuda, and there it is, Anguilla. It's there. I can see it. It's here.
Right. Well, let me read this off, and then I'm gonna throw something in that's gonna confuse you. We've got Anguilla, Bermuda, British Antarctic Territory, British Indian Ocean Territory, the Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, Falkland Islands, Gibraltar, Montserrat, Pitcairn Islands, St Helena, Ascension Islands, and Tristan da Cunha, whatever that is, South Georgia and the South Sandwich Island, the Turks and Caicos Islands. So all they've got now are islands. They don't own any countries. They're just islands. So all the countries that used to be owned by Britain, that I read off a moment ago, I'll send you the links to this, Karen.
That's all right. I've got the map up. I've got the map up with the Nigel. I've got the map up with the islands on it in front of me. I've been filming it.
Right. Is this on schoolhistory.org.uk?
No, it's on Wikipedia.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll send you the link, and then you can put this up.
No, because I'm filming it for everybody now. I'm just stopping the recording a minute. So, whereas we used to rule most of the world, these are the countries that England still has sovereignty over. There they are. There's the list of them. It's quite incredible. But this is Tartaria as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Totally, 100% without a doubt. This is Tartaria.
List of British currencies: Euro, Pound, Falkland Islands, Gibraltar Pound. Anyway, there they are. That's still just showing a bit more, yeah. Very strategic places that we've, well, it's very sort of strategic places when you see the map. When you see the map of where the islands are, they're quite strategic places there. I'm gonna just go back to that. Oh. Wow, so basically we're not reading the oaths out for these countries, but this is what we're still running, all those there. And I've never ever heard of the British Antarctic territory rather. That's quite incredible. But anyway, 1 second. So don't forget, we have Australia, New Zealand, all these islands here. We obviously seem to have some rule on America and Canada. So it's quite a lot of the world, and obviously in the Commonwealth there's many countries, which I showed yesterday. It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting that they lost so many countries, but they still own so many islands, because they're just all islands. And you know, people can argue that Australia, New Zealand are islands, because they are. But they're big islands. But the Falklands is not a big island. British Antarctic territory. What the hell is that all about?
It's their bit of where they own Antarctica, which is really crazy because the South Georgia, the Falkland Islands, and the British Arctic Territory are all sort of in the same area.
Yeah.
And this is where South America used to join on to Antarctica. In fact, that was part of South America here.
Well, yeah, I mean, you spoke about that before, where you get into the Australasia kind of thing. I mean, Asia, Australia, Australasia. No, there's something there that just doesn't make sense.
So what do you make? Because we're finishing this video off now. So what's your thoughts then? So basically, she still has quite a hold on the world, doesn't she?
Yes, she does, but I think she's gone. I mean, I've got no proof. I can only see what I see. Seeing that little video with Prince William talking about having no socks, no shoes, no trousers, I just saw the Emperor's got no clothes. So I think that their power is over. I think it's all gone.
Well, they're definitely doing us with the Lyris right now. I think they've got quite a lot of power. They closed down the whole world overnight without one soldier, without one police officer. I think they've still got quite a lot of power.
Well, maybe they're still puppets. Who knows?
Anyway, Nigel, thank you for your time and everything. We just wanted to show people what the UK, Great Britain, whatever you want to call us, still quite a hold round the world. Anyway, thanks a lot, Nigel.
You're welcome.